We create a lot of dust and debris in our workshop by using power tools. You could be using a sander, a drill, or even a miter saw. Now, it's the microscopic particles that you don't see that is most hazardous to our health. Now, there are a host of specialist dust extractors on the market, but in this video, we will be checking out the Metabo cordless vacuum range and see what the features and benefits are of each model. I'm Josh, and you're watching Machinery Nation. So the big thing with Metabo tools is they run on the CAS battery system, that's Cordless Alliance system. There's over 40 brands and over 400 tools that run on one battery. Now, Metabo themselves have got 6 different cordless vacuums within their range. They've got a backpack, they have a toolbox, they have 3 mid-size and 1 larger. Now, the smaller versions run on one 18-volt battery. The larger versions run on 2 18-volt batteries, making it a 36-volt system, or you can run it on one 36-volt battery. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, dust is a huge health and safety hazard. Now, Metabo produce 3 different classes of vacuums throughout their range: L, M and H class, so low, medium and high. So low class is basically your general household dust and soil. You've got medium class, which is building materials, so wood, sawdust, concrete and paint, and then high class, which is anything carcinogenic like lead, mineral fibre and mould. So let's check out the specifications of the first model and then we'll do some performance tests. So this is the Metabo AS18 HEPA PC Compact. It runs one 18-volt battery, has a max air output of 2,100 litres per minute, a vacuum pressure of 120 hectopascals, and the container volume is 6 litres. The suction hose is 32mm by 2.5 metres in length, and it's fitted with a HEPA filter as standard and weighs in at 3.8 kilos. And next up we have the Metabo AS3618L20PC. It runs 2 18-volt batteries, has a max air output of 3,300 litres per minute, a vacuum pressure of 140 hectopascals, and the container volume is 20 litres. The suction hose is anti-static and has a diameter of 32mm by 3.2 metres in length and weighs in at 9.2 kilos. This is the Metabo AS3618M30PC. It runs 2 18-volt batteries, has a max air output of 3,300 litres per minute, a vacuum pressure of 140 hectopascals, and the container volume is 30 litres. The suction hose is anti-static and has a diameter of 32mm by 3.2 metres in length. This model comes with a cordless on-off control and weighs in at 10.3 kilos. And finally, the biggest model is the Metabo ASR3618BL25MSC. It runs 2 18-volt batteries or one 36-volt battery. It has a max air output of 4,000 litres per minute, a vacuum pressure of 240 hectopascals, and the container volume is 25 litres. The suction hose is 35mm by 4 metres in length, and it weighs in at 12.3 kilos. Right, so let's move on to test 1, and it only seems right because these are wet and dry vacuums to do a wet and a dry suction test to see how quickly each vacuum can suck up that spilt building material or water that you have lying around. So first up we have the smallest model, the AS18 HEPA PC Compact. We're going to run it on speed 2 and see what it can do. We're sucking. We're not sucking, and the reason behind that is inside the motor housing itself, down in the container, there's 2 electrodes, and when the water level gets to the top of the electrodes, it short circuits, turns the motor off, and protects the motor, because this machine only has a 6 litre capacity. And next up we have the AS36-18L20PC. Put it on boost, and let's go. Sucking up well. Look at it go. And there we go, we've stopped. This one actually doesn't cut the motor out, there's no electrodes in the housing, but it actually stops the suction to protect the motor. And now we have the AS36-1830PCCC. On turbo, let's go. Now you hear that beeping sound, I'll tell you all about that in a second. It should take the whole lot. There we go. In 1, now that beeping sound is a filter control, so it tells you that you might have a blockage in the pipe or the filter and that you should check it, and it's a way of basically protecting the machine and helping you to know when you need to clean it out. Now the biggest and baddest boy in the range, we have the ASR 3618 BL25M SC. That's a mouthful. Let's turn it on full power and see what it can do. It's going some. Again, filter blockage light coming on. Now this machine again has got electrodes like the small one, so it's a cutout feature to protect the motor if it's full. So what do you look for when you're looking at cordless vacuums? Now there's certainly loads of USPs when it comes to each product, but I'm going to go through some of the key features I like about each machine. Now this little small one obviously comes with a harness, so you can chuck it on your shoulder. I can see it being handy if you want to connect up to a power tool for sanding areas where you can't get to. You've got that nice press clean function there on that button. So basically what that does, it agitates a magnet and bumps it against the filter and knocks out any of that dust that's stuck to the filter itself. You've obviously got 2 speed settings, and then your battery slots in up the top here. You've got a range of accessories to fit onto it, including a couple of different nozzles, and you've got a nice flexible hose. And moving up to the mid-range models, obviously bigger motors and bigger capacity. They still have the press clean technology of the filters on this button just here. 2 speed settings on the motor, boost and eco, and we've got the Metabo Meta box fitted up to the top of the machine itself, which is nice and clicked in and keeps all your tools safe. If we move over to the cordless control model, you've got a module like this that you can actually put on the end of a pipe, and when you're using a cordless power tool, it senses the vibration and automatically starts the machine up for you. This one also has the press clean technology warning symbol up the top here, so audio and a flashing light. And the large machine is certainly the most feature rich. There's loads of dials on it, so you can adjust the diameter or the setting of the hose you're using from 15mm up to 42mm, particularly good because it changes the performance of the machine. Self-clean filter function again, automatic, so the machine runs on and drops the dust into the container, or you can put it on a manual function which actually knocks the filter out as you're using it, like so. You've got 3 power settings on the motor. Battery charge indicator on the side. Again, you've got cordless control. You can use fleece and you can use plastic bags, and you can change the setting of that within inside the container itself. Right, so last up we have the dry test, and we have found some damn right dirty household dust. I don't know what's in there. There's even a googly eye. Cable time. 50p? Cable time. Cable time. So there we go, test done, and I'm pretty sure, like me, you'll be pretty impressed with the performance that these machines give. They certainly give the same, if not better performance than a corded machine. Now the other thing I really think is a bonus, because they're cordless, you might be going to site or to areas where you haven't got a power source. It means you can take one of these, charge up your batteries, and they've got pretty good run times as well. Then obviously utilize those batteries in the rest of Metabo power tools that you produce. So obviously we've got this impact driver here. You can fit it into circular saws, you can put it into angle grinders, what have you. The range is vast. The other thing is obviously filtration systems. You've got that low, medium and high. So for whatever industry you're in, there is a vacuum for every type of user. So it'd be really interesting to know from you guys, do you run any Metabo gear, or do you even have a cordless vacuum? We hope you enjoyed the video and it's been informative and you've learned a little bit about the Metabo cordless vacuum range. We're Machinery Nation. We bring you product videos every week all about tools and machinery. Please subscribe, ding the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheerio!